All right, guys, you're tuning into iCup TV, and this is going to be season 20 of iCup Clan League. Spawning in the top left, competing for Noob's team, it will be DOTY, and spawning in the bottom left, it will be Disturbed Minds LML, which will be our white Protoss in this game, which was played on April 14th, 2012, and it is May 5th, I think, of 2012, and he's going to be averaging 322 this game compared to, DOTY is going to be averaging 215, so we're going to be seeing 100 APM difference. Now, at this high level of APM, I don't think it's going to play such a big role. I think that might be more spamming, but we'll have to see, though. LML, again, doesn't have any statistics on him. DOTY, may have a lower APM, but he's a B-rank player, so he's probably using all that APM for something or other. So, without further ado, if you guys are tuning into VOD number 2, DOTY did successfully win that last game, and also if you guys are just tuning in as well, I'll just repeat as much as possible here. I'm going to be specifically doing one series, not matchup, but each one series per week of Clan League. Just because I can't do, in the end, it's going to end up being 9 weeks of 24 hours. There's 168 hours in a week, and that's going to be like over 1,275 hours worth of work right here. And I'm not going to do that. So what I've chosen to do is I'm going to do Disturbed Minds for Division A. I'm going to do Black Dragons for Division B1, and for Division B2, I'm going to do WK. So that's going to be funsies and stuff like that. I kind of randomly chose. I did choose WK because I know a couple of the players on there. Disturbed Mind and Black Dragon, I just decided to choose. I didn't choose the highest ranking either, just so that people can get some interesting. But the finals for sure, I'll get for all that extra stuff, and any good games that people recommend, I'll go cast those as well if that ever comes up to be. But we will be seeing regular standard opening. We'll be seeing a Zealot coming out of LML right now, and DOTY is doing the same thing. He's doing the same game like he did last game. I mean, I don't know. Oh, the map is Tornado, by the way. It's the Korean map, but I don't really know if there's any difference. There's Spiels, which for the high ground, so these can depend on engagements over here, which in PvP will matter significantly. Otherwise, your third's kind of a little out of the way. You have to go up over here, then wall this area off. You probably just wall off either this or this area. Take your third. If that's too much trouble, you can always go over here. But I'm not sure. I mean, PvP doesn't tend to be macro style, but we'll see, though. I mean, we're seeing aggressive openings coming out of both players right now, so I don't really see how that's going to work out here. But we'll be seeing standard. Actually, no, we're seeing 3-minute Cybercore, around like 2:45 with the Zell right over here. But Zell's going to be making his way in here. No, yeah, that's it. A probe will be making here, and we'll get sniped off here, and we'll be sending DOTY. We'll be sending over that Zealot. Maybe getting a couple. Oh, Manor Pylon! I didn't even see that. Sometimes I never know. Ooh, is he gonna try to hide a couple Zealots in there? Is he 2-gating? No, no. He does have his own Cyber Core up, but unlike last game, he is gonna be doing a 1-gateway core build instead of 2-gate core. Which is either way, I didn't really see a big difference in that. But ooh, that's interesting. Citadel of the Dune coming up out of LML, potentially Templar. Dark Templar. I mean, it can work. I guess it's like, it's not metagame right now, and of what I understand of Hacklebeast and other casters, that I believe that's the old school. Is that a Mana Pylon? I feel like that's a Mana Pylon. I feel like that's a Mana Pylon, but anyway, I think this was like an old school build, but I don't know. But he's definitely going DTs. There's no question about it. Or he could go. I mean, when I was practicing, for fun for Brood War, when I didn't cast, I never saw any VODs of pro scene. Me and my friend would just play around with it. My friend's gone off to StarCraft 2, so yeah. But beside the point, what I'm trying to get at is that I did a build where it was like a 3-gate timing push. So you do a 1-gate into Citadel really quickly. You wouldn't get range or anything, and so I would 1-base into 3-gateway Zealot, and then when I had charge done, I'd push out and do some damage, and then go to quick, go take a quick, and then to go behind the aggression, I take an expand, and then go to fast, go to Templar Archives, which would go into DT and Storm. I did that in PVT, and will he get a probe kill? He will get a probe kill right there. So DOTY is not doing the most terrible thing, and he did deny scouting, but he is off of 3. No, he's doing the same. No, Forge actually. So he might be getting upgrades as well right here. And it looks like LML is going to be taking an expand here. I think he's hoping. Oh, that's weird. +1 plus fast Templar Archive. It's going +1 DTs. Interesting. I mean, upgrades are never a bad thing. It's kind of like this is kind of like, I don't know. This is like what he did right here. LML, what he did was he did standard opening, but then he put Citadel done, and then he put Forge with +1, kind of like what you do with a Forge fast expand in ZVP, but it's wacky, and I'm not quite sure if it's going to work, but we'll see if DTs do a good amount of damage, though. But will we be seeing cannons coming up? We will, and this really won't do any kind of damage. This is kind of like a cheesy attempt right here, and they'll completely get melted away, and that DT is not going to make its way in there. But, I mean, like, I wouldn't agree with this build just because you're putting yourself in a position, or no, he's going fast Storm, which you never see. And I'll tell you why, because Storm's good, but when you only have 2 Templar, ooh, he might be getting slicing away. I believe I saw an Observer. Nope, I see a shuttle. So Observer is coming out right now, might get a free DT kill, but this is also, you know, stalling for time here. You know, DTs do come out at a good amount of time where OBS isn't quite yet, so this will delay this for enough time to get Storm done. But Storm, I mean, does like 135 damage, which isn't enough to one-shot these gateway units. But, you know, when he has 3 times as many units as you do, and you may have 2 Storms, even if it's the perfect Storm, you're really not going to win that engagement. Even with, you know, Photon Cannons, I mean, these guys will have range, keep in mind. So they're going to be able to shoot away at a further distance, not taking as many hits from the cannon, and ultimately going to be pretty hard. So this push is looking kind of devastating right here. He's doing a 3-gate Robo. He's doing the same thing. He even has Robo support bay. DOTY is doing the exact same thing he did last game here. And is he going to go in? He's just going to drop into the main here. He doesn't even care about the natural. And this is where he's kind of bunkered into, even with Storms here. I think he could have pushed in here with from that anyway, but he's just going to go for it anyway. He doesn't only have 1 shuttle, though, keep in mind, so this drop will take a while. And he has no idea this is coming right now. He's even getting that plus upgrade for right now. It's kind of weird. I've never seen this specific build coming out of any person, but LML will be doing that right now. And, oh, the probe will be seeing this, though. He will see the shuttle. I believe he did. And this should tell him something right now. He's going to be bringing the 3 High Templar over here. 4 High Templar to this. So he will have a decent amount of Storms here. But like I said, though, I mean, he can Storm dodge all day he wants to. Storm's effective when you have a lot of units, you know, in a curved space. You know, in an open field, Storm isn't normally the best thing. I mean, these guys really haven't really taken much damage here. Nice Storm going off right there, though. Not really the best Storm, but in double storming is never a good idea. But like I said, there's 5 Dragoons base right now. There's 6 Dragoons. He just doesn't have enough. He has an Archon, which is going to die right now. And another Storm is going off, though, softening that up again, but there's just not enough stuff coming out of LML right here. And I think it's just a completely lost. Cannon's going up, though. He's completely getting decimated right here. And gateways are starting to get under fire, so pretty much anything that comes off right here. There's a GG by LML again. So that means new team will go on, or not will go on, will win this, which means they will be awarded +2 points so far for this week. And for fifth of the game here, I think we saw a build that was outdated and not used for a reason, because it gets hard countered by what a regular PvP build, which is a... Well, DOTY likes to go for more of a one-base play, and then DOTY does a generic PvP build where he wants to do... He goes by the generic rule of a mirror matchup, which is a non-stop aggression. So what he does is he does a 3-gate robo with Reaver, and, you know, whatever else that entails with Shuttle and etc. Gets everything, but he's off a 3-gateway. That's all in up to the point where he stops building stuff. So he does a lot of... He either A, wants to break out his opponent, or B, punish him for taking an expand. which normally happens, you know, that's why sometimes you don't see a lot of expanding. That's why you see a lot of three-gate robo builds in PvP sometimes, or 2-gate. But sometimes you see both players 2-gate if you want to form more of a macro style game. That's also another way a PvP will evolve. Does evolve into the later stages of the game. But here we just saw, I mean, you get the Storm out, but like I was saying though, Storm is really good for that 10-12 minute games where you get that, the supply count gets up higher. You know, the AI sometimes clumps up, which means that Storm, they're in the Storm area for a longer duration, which means they take more damage. Like, for example, Hydra, they'll die really quickly to Storm, but when you have, you know, 24 of them, you have to, you know, your Zerg opponent has to, you know, has 1A, 2A, but sometimes they don't have a quick enough reaction time and they're all dead because they're all getting clumped up, and when they're moving them, they just kind of go into each other. If you guys would get what I'm saying right there, so that's why Storm. And, you know, he just didn't have an army. I mean, let's be honest here. He had 4 High Templar, he had a Zealot, and like 3 Dragoons. Compared to like the 12 Dragoons that were coming up, and like at least a handful of Zealots, maybe like 4 or 5. So that's what we saw there. It's just like LML was looking for a macro style PvP and just got countered by it. He was playing in more of a defensive standpoint. And, you know, I mean, for High Templar, I thought he was only going to have 2 by the time he went in the natural. Going in the natural was definitely a smart decision by DOTY. He lifted up his shuttle, and he also, I mean, LML, I mean, I have a problem what he did here. I mean, being from my playing style, he put himself in a position where he went fast DTs, which he's like, I need to do damage with these in order for me to survive. Which he didn't, which is probably another reason why he didn't do too well. But getting past the DT, he put himself in a position where he forced the turtle. He forced the turtle coming up. Unlike where in TVP, for example, where the Terran really can't do too much of the Protoss early on. Like, they literally can't do anything. If you go for a bio push, there's Zealots there, there's Dragoons there. They counter bio. That's why you don't see a lot of TVP builds that are super fast on aggression. You know, you have the 5 Marines with a tank, but again, Terran doesn't normally go for that, so I don't really blame it. But in PvP, why would you want to force yourself to turtle up? He made a build that he's playing defensive. So, if he's trying to go for a fast expand, don't, like, force out Storm. Just build more units. Get a couple cannons, which is fine. But, like, he was setting himself into a defensive position there, which I don't think is the correct move, especially in a mirror matchup. In TVT, maybe. You're not going to see a Zerg turtle on one base. You're just not going to see it. You're not going to see a ZVZ, a 2-basing turtle Zerg. You're not going to see it. It just doesn't happen. Because they'll go out expand you. I mean, think of it this way. Think of it, and this is the reason why I have the problem with it. So let's just say that DOTY wasn't the aggressive player as he was. He went in, he saw that there was 4 storms there with the shuttle, for example, because that's the logical, or the ops. He says like, well, I'm not gonna go run up there. Maybe he didn't put 1-1 together that he could just shuttle his way up to the main base. So let's just say that. Let's just say so he's turtle listing. He has a bigger army now, so he can go double expand, even triple expand if you want to. And then just watch how that will evolve the game. He's going to have a much bigger army by mid-game. So that's what's going to happen, and I just don't agree with that. So I have a problem with LML, but great game. I mean, it's nice seeing differing builds, but that's my opinion on the subject. But that's my playstyle, but not that affects my casting at all. So thanks for watching, guys, and that will end this series for the time being. And I'll be going on to... I don't even know who's next. But, guys, just keep in mind that I've done... This is just Third Mines right now. And then I'm going to do Black. I'm going to have to do Black Dragons and Walk. So, for Week 1, Week 2, Week 3, Week 4. And then I hopefully can get up to the point where I can start getting up to date with Clan League. But I'm not sure. I might be like 1 or 2 weeks behind. But, because each week is going to be around 20 hours of casting. If they're all 20 hours games. But, regardless, let's go on to the next series. Thanks, guys, for watching. Peace.